Hey, this is Julian Wong from the Binary Lab. I think this video probably got a bit stalled in the beginning, but I apologize for that. So this video I want to talk about binary bot ninja. What is that? Um, as you guys know, for the past 4 weeks, I've been posting many updates about trading with binary bots, and binary bots are basically for the binary.com broker. So there's been a lot of people basically writing in through all channels, comments, Facebook page messages, uh, private emails, basically to ask is big accounts the only one that's being accepted? What if someone has a smaller account? Because previously in my videos on the perfect hedge method, which is the most, I would say, okay, it was the most stable method, but currently there's a whole arsenal. Okay, so the whole arsenal of methods, and I believe that there really isn't any like one size fits all. So, um, and what I'm planning to set up right here is actually the Binary Bot Ninja Mastermind group. So, who is eligible for this Binary Bot Ninja Mastermind? Basically, like anyone of any account size. If you're looking for ways to make constant income in binary options, you. So, what do I plan to offer in Binary Bot Ninja? And by the way, I just want to kind of like talk a little bit about the name Binary Bot Ninja. Why do we use the name Ninja? Well, ninjas are Japanese highly trained warriors that move in the darkness, and in a way that the way that they do their combat is very strategic, is very a lot of encamping. Okay, it's kind of like very sneaky and very adaptive. Okay, as you guys know, ninjas are very well trained to work with a variety of weapons. So they hit at the precise timing and they flee in situations. You see those them throwing smoke bombs. They kind of flee in situations and battles that they know that they cannot prevail. So they are very specific on the mission, and all of these principles are very synonymous and common with what I plan to achieve in this mastermind. So one of the key takeaways from over 4 weeks of testing all kinds of stress tests on all kinds of strategies, many different bots created, um, is that I realized that the main reason why, you know, there's so far no single bot, okay, that can actually last a very long period of time. And the reason for that is because elements change. And when I say elements change, I'm talking about not just price action, okay? The graphs, by the way, at one point in time, I used to think that the graphs actually trying to game the trader. No, they're not, okay? Or should I say the broker is trying to game the trader through the digits or whatever? No, because when I look at the charts, these are perfect consolidations. These are perfect head and shoulder patterns. Uh, M top, W bottoms. It's the same thing that everyone knows. Okay. So, however, for instance, let me give you a couple examples. All right, and this is what I plan to teach in this binary bot ninja mastermind. So, uh, for instance, when the market is moving well, all right, we can use trend writing bots to milk the trend in various ways. We can hedge, we can use the hedging bot, for instance. And what the hedging bot is going to do is that because in that uptrend, there's going to be pullbacks along the way. So the hedging bot ensures that you earn profit regardless of whether it's going up or pulling back, or when it's trending down or pulling back up. You earn both ways. And you could also use there are a variety of other different bots that work in a situation where you can ride a trend. And then comes the part of the time I also noticed over 3 weeks of continuous testing that there are certain times of the day that you will never make money if you try to do a trend following method, because at those times there will always be serious consolidation. For instance, oh gosh, that's the cat again. Uh, there'll be points of serious consolidation, and basically most bots will not work. But then again, there are certain kind of bots that will work. For instance, like the digit bots, because the ending digit doesn't matter and it's not affected by trend. So, oh gosh, my cat is pushing. Go away, go away, go away. So, uh, my okay. So, digit bots are not affected by whether the market is trending or staying still. And I also found out that there are ways to statistically increase the odds of winning when using bots that rely on what the ending digit is. So, in this binary bot ninja mastermind, what I plan to do is not only through a series of video trainings that explain every single type of bot thoroughly. I also plan to have webinars to basically show people live how to operate these bots. And what is cool about trading with bots is that, um, I mean, it is a very, very good diversification because, I mean, if you follow my channel, you know that I trade binary, I trade Forex, and even within binary, within Forex, I trade various ways. I trade personally, I copy trade, I use Martingale Mastered, I use art of spam clicking and other different methods. Um, and I also tinker around with MT5. Okay, so I trade in many different ways. And recently, for instance, if you are copy trading, you notice that when this COVID-19 situation, you notice that, let's say if there is a stock market crash, if you notice that, let's say the USD is doing strange stuff with the Euro USD, the Pound USD, and the Aussie USD, it, it creates conditions when the traders that we typically copy may not perform so well. So in these situations, like for instance, would it be easy to go out to the markets with a certain binary bot applied at the right time for that situation? For instance, if the market's consolidating, we use a bot that's meant for consolidating markets. If the market is trending, we use a bot meant for trending markets. If there's a lot of volatility, we use a bot meant for high volatility. And basically we go out there, we set our take profit, we set our stop loss. For instance, we aim for 5%. 5% maybe hit in 5-10 minutes, and we're done. All right? Not enough, we come back again. We set it for another 5% or 10%, hit our profit target, and we're done. Sometimes we hit a stop loss, then we need to review if we use the correct bot or the wrong kind of bot. All right, you get where I'm coming from? So, in this binary bot mastermind, what I plan to do is to kind of like expound about um, some of the key mistakes that a lot of binary bot traders out there in the market use. I mean, they make. Okay, so there's a lot of there's a lot of untruth. There's a lot of myths out there concerning the use of binary bots. Um, and I've actually, through my extensive testing, I have found out. I used to speak very passionately against anyone out there regarding binary bots who say that, oh, you cannot use this bot for a long time because you will fail. You need to keep changing. Okay, so I realized, yes, it is true. You cannot use a particular bot for a very long period of time because, well, during the course of a day, the market can go through several different cycles and changes. And however, when they say, oh, you need to change a different bot because the algorithm is outdating. No, it's not that the algorithm is outdating. It's not that you need to just change and change, but you need to change it, the bot that you use, very smartly. So it's kind of like having a Swiss Army knife. Okay, and I want to be training you on what kind of blades and tools you want to equip in that Swiss Army knife. And in this mastermind, I also wish to train you, to make it your own. So you learn what the parameters mean, how you can tweak it to your own liking. Some of you want more risk. Some of you want less risk. Some of you want quicker return. Some of you want a slower return. Some of you want to hit your profit target fast. Some of you want to hit your profit target over a period of time. And so all these things, that's what I plan to teach. And what I plan to do one better than anything else, anyone else out there. Okay. By the way, when you come into the Binary Bot Ninja Mastermind, you're going to be getting access to a series of bots. Okay. Uh, some of them are proprietary. I mean, the first batch of them is going to be proprietary. What I mean proprietary, it means that the bots that are created by myself and my programmer. Okay. And you're also going to, but at the same time, to supplement and make this the best for you, okay, I'm also going to be giving you, you know, access to other bots that are available on the open market. But many of these other bots, like I said, they may not have been explained in a proper way. They may not have been, uh, you know, no instructions may have been given on how to use it. So in the and and maybe some of them even have lacking features. So one of the cool things is that inside the Binary Bot Ninja Mastermind, um, I'll be having in-house programmers. So along the way, to truly make this like a mastermind, let's say if you come across certain bots and you wish like, hey Julian, what's this about? I can't really make sense of it. Yesterday was working, today it's not. Could you take a look at this for me? Hey Julian, by the way, I look at this bot. It's pretty cool. It's making a very nice return, like 5-10% every single time I use it. But if it had this feature or it had that feature, maybe it would perform even better. So, like that's what I can do. Okay, so let's say if you have a certain idea, I'll test it out for you. Um, my beta testers will test it out for you, and I also plan to increase my testing team, and that's what will help each other do because we're gonna be helping each other to find ways and means. You can say game the market, to time the market, to outsmart the various conditions, to exploit every single opportunity, and like the way a ninja truly would. So I would like to have you know a show of interest from you guys. And if you are for this idea, the Binary Bot Ninja Mastermind, I mean, this is the concept. Okay, at first I was like, uh, well, you want to trade bots? Yeah, sure. You need like 1.5K, 3K, or 5K at least to do it. But I found out over time that you not necessarily need that much. And at the same time, there are certain, I personally have certain very high returns methods that I'm very fond of using. Okay, I wouldn't set it to run all day, but there are ways that I personally enjoy making very, very quick account growth. And I'll be sharing that inside this mastermind. So, for example, I'll be segregating the techniques out into the very aggressive, short term and aggressive, the maybe aggressive, the moderate, um, the average safe, okay, conservative. Uh, some methods will have martingale, some methods will not have martingale. Some methods I will allow you to adjust how much you want a martingale, and not just to adjust stupidly, but I'll explain to you why certain ones need to have certain multiplier as such. Okay, and I'll teach you how to outsmart the digit system. That's something I figured out, and that's enabled me to be able to get like winning streaks of like 10, 20, 30 trades at a single time. Wouldn't you love to know things like that to aggressively grow your account? So what's really cool is that when you trade with binary bots versus trading by yourself, okay, like sometimes you come up by the end of the day and like you see some good opportunities, but maybe your focus is not 100% for you to take full advantage of the trading opportunities that you see in the market. And sometimes, you wish to have a little bit more of a boss kind of approach. A boss kind of approach is like, oh well, yeah, you know, I want to make some money today. I don't feel like doing myself. I'm gonna set this manager to get the job done. I'm gonna set this guy to get the job done, and the job gets done, and I'll pick up the profits. Okay. I'm gonna send this guy out to the field. I'm gonna send that guy out to the field. Can we send multiple bots out into the field? Yes, we can, and they'll actually increase your earning power. So, by the way, like I said, this mastermind group, I wish to open it to all, um, and but let's be realistic here. There'll be certain strategies that, um, like people with the bigger accounts only can pull off. Smaller account people may not be able to pull off. There'll be certain strategies that people with big accounts may not be comfortable pulling off because, or maybe they will only want to use a small, very small part of their balance to use a certain strategy because of the nature of that strategy. So I mean, when you come inside, you're gonna get an idea of what I mean, because it really changes. Okay, um, and how do I wish to implement this? Okay, so if you've been following my previous video posts about binary bot trading, um, like for this binary bot ninja mastermind, I think that will be the best place because it's one area that we can help each other say, hey, the market's really good right now for this kind of bot, and then people can come in and apply that. Okay, and it's like, oh, the market's really good right now for this kind of bot. Let's come and do that. Okay, so I hope you guys can see the value in this. And in terms of like how it's going to work out, like, well, we all know coronavirus is like, it's affecting the way people live their lives. And for me, I would say it affected me in a pretty good way because by staying at home more than usual, I've had more time to analyze, more time to test, more time to, collect my thoughts and, come with all these great ideas. Uh, and but at the same time, there are people out there who are losing their jobs and livelihood. So uh, the cost of a binary bot ninja mastermind cannot possibly be expensive. So what's going to happen is that okay, there is going to be an entrance fee. And why is there going to be an entrance fee? Because to be honest with you, I kind of regret it when I made Martingale Mastered free. Okay, the reason why I made it free, really, I thought, well, I want to help people make money, and I gave people a really good method. But what kind of disappointed me for Martingale Mastered uh, was that when I held my second webinar, the turnout was so bad that I decided to postpone it. And it's only after I rescheduled the second webinar, I had like over 27 people turn up for that webinar. And the strange thing is that previously, the art of spam clicking, that course was not free, okay? But we had 30 people show up for the webinar. So for that reason, I believe that if I give it away for free, you're not going to value it as much. So instead of giving it away for free, I'm going to make it very, very affordable. And to make it very, very affordable as well, the price will be discounted when you use my broker link to sign up. Okay, and of course, there's some of you, maybe you already have a verified account. You don't want to go through the hassle of closing it down and signing up another one, and that's perfectly fine. But you have to pay a higher fee. Okay, um, and the higher fee uh, may seem kind of expensive and doesn't make sense to you, but the reason why that fee is going to be as such, okay, is because just so you know, when you come into this, um, I'm actually planning to put like basically all of you under a turnover based model. Okay, so yes, you're coming on my referral, and I'll be planning to earn from you also on the turnover that you make. Okay, and why would that be the case? Because when you come into this binary bot mastermind, I plan to help you find the best ways and truly understand the market. Okay? So by the way, the turnover commission in binary.com is one of the worst among the brokers that I worked with. However, because of the bots, we can achieve volume really easily. Okay? And for example, the digit bots, they produce such insanely consistent profit, but at the same time volume. So I want to be able to help keep you succeeding. I want to help you to be able to go from not just the small rapid account growth strategies into going into you know the middle account balance level strategies into the higher account balance strategies. That's my goal. Okay, and this is not just a daydream. It is actually achievable because, and I will show you inside this mastermind that there are different bots that I can deploy and say, like, I want to make $5 now. I want to make $10 now. I want to make $20 now. Okay? And there are bots that can literally do that. Within the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, you can actually make like 5, 10, 15 bucks. And sometimes in your own trading, sometimes because if you can only click the button so many times, so let's say you can only do like X amount of trades within a minute, and may not even be wise to do too many trades within a minute. But in binary bot trading, if we made a trade every 3 seconds, every 5 seconds that expired just like 5 seconds later, you know? So how we're doing it here is that we're using bots to do high turnover, high frequency trading. As much as 15 trades per minute, 15 closed trades, separate trades, not taken at the same time, but one after another. Okay, that is the power of it. So it's kind of like, again, coming back to the ninja term. I'm not sure if you've seen this in the movies or in the cartoons, but basically it could be just one ninja dude, but he creates the illusion that there's a whole army of ninjas right there. And one of the cool things that's available in binary bot trading is that you're able to do the trading in terms of ticks on uh, highly fast moving indices, and therefore you can people with lower accounts, you can actually make up for what you lack in account size by higher turnover. So this is how these are there. And let's say if you have a higher account size, oh my god, if you put all these things together, that's a whole different thing. Further down the road, I actually, even right now, I'm also working on MT5 bots that you can use and trade binary indices in a very forex style. So uh, these are under test, but in terms of the binary bots, there's already a lot, and there's a lot that I can show you. Um, and I think the biggest reason why anyone would want to do this is the predictability of the return. Um, of course, anyone could be greedy, but I do not encourage greed. I encourage you to be consistent. If you want to aim for like 5% per day, 10% per day, no problem. Okay, consistently as well. And let's say if you try it in the morning, you hit a stop loss. Don't worry, wait a half an hour, try it again, try a different strategy. Maybe you did the wrong strategy, and then basically let me know. You can. This is what I can help you as well. Send me your logs. Send me the chart time in GMT. I can check it out for you. Where you went wrong. Did you deploy the wrong bot? Did you deploy the wrong setting? Okay. Did you deploy the wrong indices? Or is there something else that you made a mistake from? Okay, let me check out some of the questions here. Okay, Tashapo has a fantastic question. He says, maybe a bit premature. Will we have to be switching from one bot to bot manually, or will there be a master bot that automatically switches depending on master conditions? Well, that is tricky. Okay, that is tricky, and that will take time to create. I have thought of that, and uh, I will actually look into that. Okay, but in the meantime, I think the biggest mistake that a lot of people who use bots make is that they and I used to feel this way as well. So let's say if we rewound time like 1 or 2 weeks back, I had a totally different idea. I was thinking of all these long-term stress tests and statistics and all that stuff. Yes, statistics is important, stress test is important, but at the same time, There's no point in stress testing a certain bot in the time of market or the type of market that it will not work at all, because we know the outcome even before we start that it's not going to work. You cannot use a volatility digital option type uh, touch no touch of the money strategy when there's no movement, right? For instance. So what I found out, and what a lot of traders do not realize, is that there really is different kind of bot for different situation. And the binary bot mastermind, I seek to teach you to recognize. Okay, uh, it's it's going to be so much. Do you what? Okay, let me ask you a question. What do you think is going to be easier? Is it going to be easier for you as a trader to um, execute different strategies based on the changes in the market? Or would it be easier for you to recognize these changes and deploy the appropriate bot that uses the appropriate strategy to take the most advantage of that market situation? What do you think? All right, so this is my brief introduction of the binary bot ninja mastermind. Like I said, you know, the methodology is going to be very ninja. Okay, we're going to be doing things that people don't do, and even when we use the same tools that other people may have, we use them in different ways. With in-house programmer, we can tweak stuff that is out there that could be lacking one or two functions that could make that bot great. Uh, in this community, we'll be helping one another to find the best times to use certain bots, because sometimes we may not have seen something. Maybe some of you is struggling to get result with one bot, but other people could be making a lot of money using a different kind of bot because they recognize the market condition before you did. So this is where everyone in this community can add value to one another, and I think we truly can mob the market of synthetic indices in Binary Bot Ninja Mastermind. Let me know how hyped you are for this in the comments beneath this video. I'm currently working on a page that you can get started up. Look out for those details, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and look out for all the updates for Binary Bot Ninja Mastermind coming up this week. Bye for now.